way, Bananaconda had the first ban, which is high rise, and the second. Yep. Okay, and the second one is Opie's ban, library. Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Going in very different directions.
Yep. All right, and the first pick off out of Bananaconda, Veranda. You can you can see the logic behind the library ban right away.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, this is the mini Kaylee pick here.
Yep,
You
yep.
ban one, I pick the other.
Yep. And the first pick out of OpiWrites, Ballroom. Next one is from Banana Gallery. There we go. There's one of them popular maps this season. Ooh, and I'm excited to see some aquarium coming up.
Always happy for aquarium.
Ooh, Bananaconda getting it last possible chance. Courtyard Chicken. Oh, not quite. Or last for them.
Fair enough.
Yep. And then Modern as the final map or venue, if we get that far, which we will see. All right, let me just pop on the game here.
Yeah, we're not messing with you.
Yep.
We don't know either. The players don't know if they're going to make it that
game,
far. It is live.
Yep, the game has in fact not happened yet. Let's get going here. Hide this stuff. Bring the game up.
Shall I tell them to go ahead?
Yes, go for it.
All right. They're getting ready to start here. And yeah, that Opie ban of library, it's a venue he's favored a lot. Actually, Banana needs just a moment, I'm being told, but they're going to be ready to go in just a minute. Opie banning library, I know that's going to surprise a lot of people, has liked it a lot early in the season. But when you look at those numbers, they just haven't been there. And I think Yeesh in particular kind of hit them pretty well on it. So I think they're rethinking that. We make this distinction a lot, Tobo, that sometimes the venue you're most comfortable on is not actually the venue you're good at. It's not always
This is true.
Yeah, it's an important distinction. All right, they're about to start, apparently.
Oh man, here we go. We're really coming down to it now. Last game of the season for these two.
Yeah, one way or another, this is the last one, and this is a promotion match, which means Banana has already won the Hazard match with the other bottom finisher in Platinum, but has to win a match against the runner-up from the division below. That's Opie, who lost to Yeesh in the Gold Finals, to maintain their spot in Platinum. 2 long matches at the end of the season, if you finish in the bottom 2 in Masters, to maintain your spot.
And we are underway. OpiWrites starting things off on the spy side of things. Winner plays in Platinum next season. Loser plays in Gold. Starting things off with 34% on the flirt at the windows.
And this is what Opie wanted to play instead of Library. They might not want to play either, but they knew it was going to be one or the other when they banned Library.
Heading out to the blue bookcase now for a second flirt. 3 at the bookcase does set off alarm bells for some people. Picks up 68% on the second close white test and blue book in hand.
They're probably going to put this back. Opie mentioned to me before the match that they noticed Banana does not lose to microfilm for the most part as sniper. They make a point to watch it. Very few spy wins given up where microfilm was completed, so I'll be very surprised if they try to complete it much against them tonight.
Does indeed put the book back in that situation, as it's crossed all the way to the other end of the map. Tried to get a bug on the way into conversation here, but didn't quite step in close enough. Fortunately, we've still got the double agent to play with, who I think we were heading towards to begin with. Opting not to go for the contact, though. Yeah, looked like we were planning on going for the last flirt, but the conversation was full. So we're time-adding instead.
Yeah, the plan's going to be bug throughout the night. You're going to see a lot of bug attempts. It's a powerful mission, we know. I'd say particularly powerful against this particular camper too, if you have to pick your hardtail, and you are going to have to pick a hardtail at some point. Bug's your best option. Opie knows that. The question is, they're going to be able to get it by.
Bit of distance on the last flirt. Luckily was able to hit the green test to finish it in 3. Also hit the green time ad, so much less likely to get caught. We do have the flirt done at this point, and the ambassador in, well, a buggable position, but a very exposed one. Opie decides probably wisely not to go for that, and instead heads all the way back over to the blue bookcase.
Yeah, and Banana paying a ton of attention to that guest list. They did mention to me they were going to put special emphasis on both Bug and Purloin, and Purloin seems to be the one they're focusing on most right now, and that works because Opie, Purloin's at a 40% rate. Oh my goodness.
Speaking of the transfer, just a white test on the animation. Doesn't look like Bananaconda caught it.
I'm very surprised by this. I think maybe they're just looking at the party and they don't like what's being offered up, and they're calling an audible. This was not in the game plan, I can tell you.
Either way, now stepping back into the double agent once more, looking to pick up the contact the second time around, but this is looking even worse than the first shot at it. Going for the Purloin instead, hitting the green test there. Contact to try to cover it up.
Wow, I think that might have worked with the green. Even though Banana was really watching it closely, there was so much going on. There's a really good chance. Oh, a cast member's going to take it. That's going to help Banana a lot.
Yeah, few rejects and then a cast member takes. I think he sees it, does indeed, but has the wrong target. And OpiWrites picks up game number 1.
Banana did not lose many games in their hazard match against Scallions, but one of the few games they lost was exactly this. It was a green Purloin, and Kane was nearby with a drink. That was on Courtyard, mind you, but that's what happened here. What's really interesting to me is that Opie had a plan going into this, but threw it out and actually played something close to their normal game, and it still worked.
OpiWrites picks up the first game on the spy side. That is always a big confidence boost of a way to open a match. Now, Bananaconda's in the spy side, and Opie is on the sniper. Let's see what these two make of it.
Opie told me before the match they were going to be specifically watching for Banana's early time ad, which they love to do. Amusingly, Banana told me, I know I time ad too much. I think I'm going to try to avoid it today.
Both players
Yep.
knowing what's going on here as Banana opens things up with a 34% flirt.
One thing you want to watch for is, yes, those early aggressive flirts. Opie is very aware that Banana likes to do them. It's very standard for these aggressive spies, usually also campers for that matter. And, oh god, I wish I'd gotten those words out quicker. Opie was looking for early fingerprints, particularly on briefcase. That is a strong tendency from Banana, and it just happened there. And now, if Opie noticed, they're going to be on them early here.
So we've got one flirt for 34% and half a fingerprint done. We'll see as the game progresses how on this Opie is.
And Banana loves to microfilm too.
Flirt.
Yeah. We're going to watch for the early fingerprints, the time ads, and the microfilm. I think they're going to be waiting around for a while on those time ads, but the other two missions, probably really strong in the standard Banana spy game plan, probably still going to get caught for it. If Opie can follow through on that game plan, they didn't the first game, even though it worked out.
It's a green test on the second flirt to bring us up to 85%, so now we've got a little bit of room to work with as far as distances for the last flirt. Bananaconda stepping into statues here, pick up a pair of inspects, and a white swap out of nowhere!
Oh boy.
This is bad.
And I don't see how we're framing anybody. I don't think that fits. I don't think anyone was there before.
I don't think there's any way that swap was intentional.
That would be an unfortunate misclick if so. I was just about to say that Banana gets inspects in early in the game very often and almost always completes them. I wonder if it, just a misclick maybe, just counterintuitive, maybe hoping to hit a green. They didn't really seem like they were trying to rush out of there, and there was no one at statues before them.
Yet. I think he sees it now. Does he remember who was there, though?
Fingerprintable statue, too. If either Opie's got this or the game has lost just like that, it's such a counterintuitive time to do a swap, I guess.
Inspect done. Fingerprint done. That's 4 missions down with 1:45 left to play. Contact is still on the table. In conversation with the double agent here. This could be it here and now. Here's the contact coming off.
Banana bread.
Oh no, it's a cough!
Opie,
do you know? Yes, he does. Takes the shot. It's 2-0.
So the big question is, if they were pretty confident, they still probably would have rated for that BB. So we don't really know how away with it they got.
I don't know. Like, I feel like with the amount of time it took after that contact went off for the shot to come off, I think without that red, Bananaconda might have gotten away with that.
It's entirely possible. We have seen Opie hold the shot really well. We saw that in the gold finals against Yeesh. We kept thinking, wow, if they haven't shot yet, they're not going to, and then they do anyway, and they pull it out the last second. The mission count can be really good sometimes, but I admit I don't know. The red certainly made it easier. I think the swap was just at such an interesting, unusual time. If they didn't notice it, that's why.
I don't think Opie checked for the swap for a long time. I don't think it was intentional, but it was such a surprising time to do it that Opie didn't bother to check. But now Opie's 2 games up, back in the spy shoes, drink in hand. Let's see how he plays this.
That's a tough loss, and I think that probably fits what Banana was saying. They said they wanted to play a more fluid game, see what the party gives them, curb off some of those tendencies. That's a bug, by the way.
Oh, that bug, that was not ideal as far as the angle with the sniper goes. It was a pretty nice bug, all things considered, but it was visible.
That arm is very visible, but the saving grace is that there was a statue visitor getting some attention, a guest list going down, highlights being taken. That's actually when you want to time things with Banana. Campers need their housekeeping. They need to get those highlights efficiently and their lowlights as well. So that means when they're doing that housekeeping, you can do something like a very mediocre bug and maybe get away with it.
OpiWrites has bug in hand already, 51% on the flirt. If that was as clean as it might look, Bananaconda is going to have a very difficult time coming back for this one. OpiWrites now stepping back into the conversation for the second flirt, hits the second green. 2 missions done now.
And being aggressive about the etiquette, knowing this isn't the kind of sniper who's going to punish you for it usually.
Conversation with double agent. White test on the contact. Couple of lowlights, but it's not much. Opie's in a very commanding position right now.
Yeah, we did not get enough lowlights from that. There were a couple that were a little tentative. Banana decides not to take them, and I think that could be what ultimately swings this game, because Opie is gulping a drink now, by the way, at statues, and has 3 missions done without much suspicion, it feels like.
That looks like a rote statue highlight to me, as Opie picks up his pair of inspects. Just under 2 minutes to play, but there's so little left to do.
So little left to do, but you're out of Softails. It's a little late for fingerprint, potentially, unless you get one right here.
Yeah, absolutely. Statue to statue picks up a fingerprint. Still 1 minute and 40 seconds to play. Now we've got some room to work. Ambassador is at green books as well, so we might be able to get some play off of that.
And we got 90 seconds left, too, and we'll technically have a 3rd statue visit. I don't know if Banana's going to care either way. It depends on whether or not they're on that fingerprint, but so much has happened, I think, since. There's a pretty good chance they're not.
I'm surprised Opie didn't just go to statues right there and wait for the ambassador to put that book back. Let's see what the game plan is. It does look like statues, but it's a bit of a longer trip. The ambassador is doing a lot of walking as well. Here's our last inspect coming off.
It's just a swap!
It's just a swap at the front statues! This could be the route back into the game Bananaconda needs, but she's not looking for it! And Opie has 3 in a row!
3 in a row to start, and not the way it was planned. I think they just decided, you know what? They're just not looking. They're just not looking. That game felt so in hand before the swap. I don't even know if it was intentional or not. If it is, that's 2 counterintuitive swaps in a row that the snipers were not on as much as you'd normally expect. As a last mission in particular, it can be very powerful.
As we are seeing now, Opie with a very strong start into this match, and Bananaconda is on the spy side, trying not to get swept on the first map. This is not a good position for her at all.
This could be SCL history. Only 3 Platinum promotion matches have ever been played, and the Platinum Defender has won every time.
Bananaconda opens the game by pulling out a red book and picking up a white flirt for 34%, but we did get a highlight for our troubles.
Yep, that's that early flirt I talked about.
A bug on the way into conversation! That was so nice!
Opie's laser was right on it, though.
On the entry.
Yep. The highlight happened just before for that early aggressive flirt I mentioned that Opie was going to be looking for. It's the same kind of thing they got Yishan last time in Gold Finals that was so impressive and kept them in the match. I think Opie is a little onto this, though. I really do. There was a bit of a bump entering it.
I think it was clean. We'll
Well,
see
we'll see.
moving forward, but there's a very good chance Bananaconda's bought her way back into this match. I just don't know if she can afford to try to transfer this book.
You might absolutely be right. They might have actually taken their eyes off of them because of the highlight, not expecting something to happen again right away. There's an awkward entry into conversation, too, by the way. So the question is, how close is Opie watching?
That's been a couple of awkward entries now, one of which was right next to the ambassador on the way into the bug. But we are sitting next to the selection target here, picking up another white flirt for 68% now.
As much as Opie told me they didn't want a microfilm, they're going to be watching for it on the sniper side. They're going to be watching this very closely. If this book doesn't go back into red, I really think Opie's going to get him for it.
I think you're right. It looks like it's going... No, it's just a window visit.
We're going to hang out there for a little while, I think, and then just sidle on over.
Yep, like... it's the green bookcase.
Opie's not reacting.
Lots of cover. It's easy to not notice that head in the background with so many people in front. Book has gone away. Now that he's going around, he gets a good look at her there. I think this is clean.
It might be. If these are really two clean missions, then Banana might have the spy win they so desperately need to get back in this match.
That's both hardtails done. We just need to finish up the housekeeping at this point. Stepping into conversation with the double agent. Minute and 40 seconds to play. Here comes the contact.
Banana bread.
Several lowlights available, and Opie's not getting many of them. Oh, no. Boy. They did not react well.
Two lowlights.
We're going back to Red Bookshelf. There must be a print here, otherwise why do it?
Yeah, there was a print. Opie doesn't like it, takes the shot, and it is 4-0 off the first match.
Yeah, I was going to say not a lot of lowlights is either a really good thing for Banana or really bad thing.
Yep, exactly right. They're noticing their suspects rather than trying to eliminate people because they feel they've already got it narrowed down. I don't know if they were more suspicious of the microfilm or the bug, maybe just one of the two, but the fact that they shot for just that potential fingerprint at the end means it must have been one of them.
Especially considering that was the first fingerprint. Now stepping in the ballroom, Opie on the spy side in a commanding position to open the match.
It's only slightly less advantageous than it looks like because Opie needs 9 to win. As the higher seed, Bananaconda wins on an 8-8 tie. So you could take one of those wins away potentially, but even 3-0 was a heck of a start. So Opie indeed in control.
Opie opens the game with a super quick flirt in the time of chaos and then goes to pull out a green book. Not slowing down in the slightest.
Whatever our plans might have been, you've got to be emboldened by a 4-0 start. Maybe you figure I'm just going to keep pushing the gas pedal down until they stop me.
Double agent drops in into our conversation to say hi. Few people trickle in as well, and we take that contact.
Take it, it's pretty good, and Banana, true to their word, focusing heavy on Purloin again, and that definitely makes sense on Ballroom, sight unseen. Even if you're agnostic about your opponent, even if you don't have a game plan for it, it requires that much attention.
Going back to green bookcase, it looks like, to put this away innocently. Back goes the book, and it looks like we're setting up for a second flirt.
And Banana is still just is zooming in basically every time the list goes down.
Second flirt comes off. Another white test brings us up to 66%. That is in range for a 3 flirt, but just barely. There's the bug coming off. It was very much on camera.
Yep,
I think
Banana's got it. Yep. They got it.
Shot comes off, and Bananaconda gets herself on the board.
You knew right away from the laser movement. It immediately started to line up the shot for where Queen was going to be eventually. Yeah, so obviously both of them know Bug is going to be the mission of contention there. Even if you both know that Bug is going to happen, it's hard to catch sometimes. But in this case, actually a really good catch from Banana. That was not a particularly bad Bug, and they had just come off looking at the list again. So it was a quick transition as Sniper that worked really, really well and finally got him on the board.
Absolutely. Not
you
an
need more.
easy shot to... Well, an easy shot to take once you see the thing, but it's not an easy thing to see with laser movement like that, but worked out for her just fine as she finally finds a game and steps into the spy side of Ballroom.
And it's Taft again. This is one of Banana's more frequently picked characters, and I know Opie has taken note of it.
Oh, I like that attempt on the reverse drive-by bug. Unfortunately, the Ambassador bounced off in a different direction, so it does not take.
Taft says, I'm usually the ambassador. Bugging should be easy. I know what they like to do.
Relatively slow start after the bug attempt. Stepping into side statues very early on.
And Teal gets the highlight for picking up that early briefcase, as I mentioned earlier. That's something Opie's going to be looking for all match.
Pair of inspects.
This is
on
standard
the
for Banana.
board.
When Banana, on venues where you need 3 inspects and you can do it in 2 goes like that, or 1, Banana often chooses to make 2 visits, partially leaving the inspect swap open or to combine it with a fingerprint. Very common rather, for Banana to get inspect progress early if they can't get flirt progress to keep it moving forward and be content to do it in 2 visits.
And it looks like Opie is not highlighting just for statue visits, so that's working just fine for her as she picks up her first flirt for 34%.
Yeah, that'll help certainly, but I like that Banana basically says, if I can't do the mission I want to do, I'm going to do something else. Steady, constant progress.
Absolutely. That is a real show of class when you can make decisions that you don't necessarily want to be making, but that keep your progress coming when what you want to be happening isn't going to plan. Contact comes off, pair of lowlights, and a highlight on Bananaconda.
Well, Banana did not time out once in 55 spy games this season, and you could see why.
Oh, gets sunshined, unfortunately, so not able to pick up the second flirt, so instead goes right back into statues. Side statues once more to finish up this inspect. No reason to show ourselves at center. Just one cycles it as well. The bug coming in on the way across. Too late on the right click. Another bug doesn't take this game.
Too late
The
and too
shot
fast!
comes off, though.
On General instead! Wow.
And Banana has fired back with 2 of her own.
I'm taking a look at this replay. I think they
Looks like
maybe
a
stuck...
Phantom bug to me.
Yeah, it absolutely looks like a bug path.
General in particular, good walking bugs. That's something Banana likes to do with good walking bug characters. I think that's what it was right there. Little jumpy, and after that tough loss, where I think maybe they were surprised to get shot for that bug, they've lost 2 in a row, and this game is huge now.
Opie picking up the Smallman here on Ballroom. 34% on the flirt to start the game. Actually went for a bug in the time of chaos, but it didn't take. Early green time ad as well.
Are we sure the players didn't switch roles, switch usernames? This is a standard Banana opening is a Smallman time ad and flirt.
Smallman just hides behind Papa Danger for a second there.
Protect me, Papa.
Second flirt comes off. Another white test brings us up to 59% because we're at a distance this time around. So I'm going to say we need a green for the 3 flirt, but those first 2 were so fast.
Yeah, we've got plenty of time, and that's another time ad from Opie. I think they're saying if I hit the green on this, it's just not going to get caught. And if I hit the white, it may or may not, so that's a good risk.
Picking up a fingerprint now at the green bookcase. Pulls out the book as well. And back into flirt once again.
This will break up the flirt really well with a fingerprint in between.
Oh, get sunshine, though.
But they go exactly where we want.
That is true.
We have to go back to green anyway.
Delaying it a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know if you can't go now.
Haunted that bug little bit of a camera shake when the ambassador stepped away, but now we're back into green bookcase for the flirt. It's a white test for 93%, but again, we got those first two so quickly that a 4 flirt's gonna feel like a 3.
That's really significant. Opie should have gone earlier, took a risk by not following immediately because they wanted that bug, because they were setting up for it. And when it never happened, Red Dress could have left and messed it all up, but got the flirt off just in time. And now any flirt from anywhere will complete that. And we have a fingerprint too.
Most of the flirt done, 1 fingerprint in pocket, still over 2 minutes to play because of that time ad. There's the contact coming off for our first mission completion.
I think the plan is going to be to avoid statues here if they can. They're going to want the bug and the fingerprint.
I think you're probably right.
That's
shall
just
see.
something. It's powerful against campers. Against a camper like Bananaconda, you don't want to be one of those people who has your in-specs, and that's without even getting into the fact that you're a particularly suspicious, particularly to a camper, character.
Minute and 30 left to play. Kind of eyeing up the statues a little bit here.
They could still go, especially if they feel like the party is not handing them the bug opportunities they want. If the ambassador doesn't come into a buggable position, this is a pretty buggable position,
Hello?
but Banana's guarding it real close. So they know this Amba's vulnerable.
Absolutely.
Can you avoid center statues to complete fingerprint, though?
It's tempting. I think he wants it, but he's got to go for the flirt first.
Maybe
1
let it
minute
cook
to
for a
play.
while. This is going to be so suspicious if we go for it. Can you get a bug opportunity here late, though? Here comes the Amba.
He has to bounce and turns around. There's the flirt done. 45 seconds to play. The Amba goes to paintings near the blue bookcase. I think it might just be that statue now.
It's a reject, and even though it's not a purloin, that's going to make Banana watch them anyway now because of that late reject.
Here comes the ambassador again. Winds up right next to Opie. Just
Can't
in
do it.
conversation. It's too exposed. You can't take it. Goes for it anyway.
I think Banana's got it. They've got it.
I think it was seen. 15 seconds as he steps into statue.
That's not
shot
fingerprintable,
being
is it?
taken. That's not the fingerprintable. Oh wait, there's one
They
there.
both are.
Never mind. Wants the shot. Can't line it up. Finally finds the head. And Bananaconda, after going down 4-0, takes 3 back.
That fingerprint was cooking so long it was practically burnt, and Banana shoots him in the head, gets their scalp. 4-3 now. Opie, you gotta wonder, a little tilted?
I don't know, man. I thought maybe Banana was after those first 4 games, but holy heck, this has been a hell of a match so far.
Both of those statues had prints. The center statue definitely had one. That one on the left must have been there forever. And credit to Opie for noticing it that long and picking the less suspicious one. But we can see, based on when that shot happened and how they were lining it up, that it didn't matter. Both statues were death. I think statueless was going to be the only way to win that game.
My, oh my.
A tie is a win for Banana. That's huge now.
Which means that if Opie can pick up this game, you could say they're effectively tied.
Yeah, basically. You're at the point now where you actually really need to snipe Banana here.
Slow start for her, though. Winds up in a conversation she doesn't want to be in, so transfers over to where the seduction target's at.
Opie this season was one of the top 2 players on Ballroom overall, and they've just lost 3 straight games on it.
White test on the first flirt for 34%. Now stepping over to the double agent. Actually, no, going for the briefcase.
And that is the standard early briefcase fingerprint highlight that Opie's been taking all match, and it's been Bananaconda 2 of the 3 times they've done it.
That was a bit of a scary one. The ambassador was very close when she went for it.
So here's the problem. Earlier, Bananaconda picked up a highlight for that, but then did a whole bunch of other stuff, and it seemed like the fingerprint highlight didn't actually lead to much more suspicion. So the question is, are they being watched?
went in conversation with the double agent, got joined by the seduction target, got a green flirt up to 76%, now the contact coming off. 3 lowlights, 4 lowlights to speak of.
Yeah, Opie got all the lowlights they could out of that. Very efficient, very confident.
Just under 2 minutes to play, but lots and lots of progress. 3/4 of a flirt done, a fingerprint in pocket. The ambassador's just shown up to say hi.
Can you avoid this? Because I think Opie will catch it. I don't think you want to do this.
Bananaconda apparently agrees, stepping in just a quick little transfer of conversations to finish up this flirt at a slight distance.
The laser really makes me think that Opie is keeping an eye on Buns.
There's the flirt done. That's 2 mission completions, minute and 20 left to play with 1 fingerprint in pocket.
If Banana goes to take that fingerprint on the far statue that was just left by the ambassador, I think they'll get immediately shot.
I think you're probably right. I think
so
she's
aggressive.
going for it, though. Steps
No!
into the statue. Oh, that was
I'm wrong.
safety off on somebody else entirely.
Taft.
Where's the fingerprint done?
I'm stunned. I really thought Banana was about to get that bullet. Nope, it's Taft. That's one of the character tendency picks that Banana's leaned on all season. Has already played Taft twice this match, in fact.
3 completions, 2 inspects, statue to statue for the 3rd. I don't think Opie's on this. Here's
Oh
the
my
last
goodness.
inspect coming off. It doesn't look like he's paying any attention. Swings around, takes the shot. It's 5-3.
What a save at the end. I can't believe that wasn't an immediate shot, but I might not be giving Opie enough credit on mission count. Might have been perfectly confident that no bug had taken place and that if the inspects weren't done, the fingerprint doesn't matter. I don't need to shoot for it. That's something we've seen happen more throughout the season for Opie. They were jumpy early in the season as Sniper, but as the season has worn on, the mission count has gotten better and better. So often when I cast their matches, I think, oh, they didn't see something, but it turns out they were just confident in when the spy was and wasn't in mission win countdown.
This match has been a delight so far. Banana still fighting her way back into this. Opie on the spy side, starting out on gallery now. Early bug. Oh, accidentally went in for the wrong arm. Banana's on top of things, takes the shot and goes up, getting ready to try to tie things up from the spy side.
Right in the hat. That's where there's all sorts of arteries in the hat. That's a dangerous position to be shot.
That is unfortunate for Opie because he did not want that wrong arm bug that time.
No, just a rush bug. Frankly, again, Opie playing like Banana as spy.
Would have been a great bug to take if he got the right arm on it, but unfortunately didn't work out that way, and now Banana is within striking distance. Goes for a bug attempt of her own on the way into conversation, but left it just a moment too late. The ambassador steps away and it doesn't take. Now stepping into the green bookcase. Ooh, going for animation transfer right off the top. It's a white test. Was on camera during the zoom, but didn't see the head turn.
Opie zoomed back in just as it happened, and I'm starting to wonder if they're being a little cagey with this laser movement. Watching that
Big
ambassador
pile up
closely.
coming up through the door, but Bananaconda navigated it very well.
And that's good because Opie was looking at it. They know, too, just like Banana did that previous game, when the ambassador's vulnerable. And you need to devote pretty much all your attention to them at moments like that.
And then right after that, a rough bounce at the front, but Opie was zoomed in. Now steps into conversation with the seduction target and picks up 34% on the flirt. We still have green microfilm in pocket, remember. Goes for a timeout out front. It's a white test.
And Opie can infer this from the direction if they notice it in time. Not on screen at all, but only one person walking away. Banana suppresses the time ad tendencies for the first 8 games or so, but then says, I think it makes sense here, especially on gallery.
OpiWrites doesn't appear to be reacting, but he's fooled us in the past. Bananaconda now at blue bookcase looking to pick up this second half of the transfer from somewhere. Looks like going out front to clean it. but is, I think, just going to transfer out front, hoping Opie's zoomed in.
Well, Opie's been
And
zoomed in
Opie
most of the
is
game.
zoomed in.
Yeah, but Opie has good quote-unquote rotation on the zoom. They zoom back out every few seconds, but they don't zoom out while the green test is happening.
Absolutely not. Bananaconda got it off clean. Lots of time spent, though, just dropping in down into 2 minutes. It's a very good thing she got that time at. If that was her plan moving forward. Safety off, just on a flicker on wheels. Bananaconda picks up the second flirt on her way back into Blue Bookcase to put this book away. And now steps in to conversation with the double agent here.
Flashing onto wheels makes sense because they fit the standard banana game I was talking about. They went to statues early.
Double agent bails on us. Bananaconda steps away as well, puts that book away where it came from. But unbeknownst to Opie, the transfer is done. But that's the only mission completion we have in under 1 minute and 30 to play.
This is not a good buggable position, even though it might be tempting like one. This is an illusion. You don't want to do this.
Time is running out so quickly here, even with that time at only 1 minute and 10 on the clock. Gets caught up on the way outside a little bit. Bananaconda has had some very, very long paths. Here's the flirt getting finished up at window. Another time ad coming off. And it looks like we're going to have to chase the double agent back inside. But guess who else is coming inside? It's Smolman.
Yup, and Opie was so worried about the guest list there. I really don't think they saw the time ad at all, and I don't think they're even getting lowlights off of it.
Double agent gets bounced back outside. The bug comes off, gets caught out, and Opie takes the correct shot, keeps his lead.
Opie was double zoomed in on Bananaconda when the bug happened, even if the bug were great, and it was unfortunately very bad. Opie was staring it down. I don't know if that was a guess on the laser position or what was it, but they were just being stared at the whole time. That had no hope of working.
I'm very surprised she didn't just go for the standing bug. Wouldn't have worked, but it seemed like a better option.
That's a really big one for Opie. If they'd blown that game, if they'd shot wheels or something, they would be in real trouble.
OpiWrites now on the spy side of Aquarium. Bottom shark to open the game.
And this was Opie's pick, I'll remind you. They really, really want to bring this home here. They can put this match out of reach on Aquarium.
Very slow start here, just waiting to see where the party winds up. Now goes to chase the seduction target into conversation. Oh, wow. Double agent bails on the seduce.
Yeah, seduction target bail.
Seduction target bails on
Yep,
the
that's
seduce.
we were a little patient on that seduce. Very interesting. Opie has been kind of blatant about flirt and etiquette so far, and on Aquarium of all places, you think you'd be able to continue that, but was actually patient there for a second and it immediately burned them.
Well, goes for the chase, picks up 51% on the first flirt. Wow, this seduction target is really booking it.
Yep, they're busy at least, but that means they're going to a lot of mission sites. Hopefully Opie is noticing. I think they probably are taking note of potential suspects here because civ shots are going to be much more common here potentially.
Absolutely, very restless seduction target.
And the underbred.
Opie now stepping into conversation with the double agent, goes for a banana split actually, back into conversation with the seduction target.
And we do not have many lowlights so far.
Second flirt, white test 85%. 3 lowlights on the board.
And not a lot of statue visitors. That's a big deal against someone who snipes the way Bananaconda does.
Under 2 minutes now. Looks like we might be hanging out for a timer flirt.
Well, you can certainly afford to. You still have almost 2 minutes left, and this is one of the longer missions to do. And again, you can do that purloin pending to stretch the game out if you need to. Time ads, however, not very easy to get away with here.
Ambassador steps in, goes for a very, that would have been an incredible bug had it taken, but the Ambassador turned around on it.
If it
Pretty
takes
much invisible from Bananaconda's point of view, though.
Yeah, but it's visible on the mission progress board too. Nothing actually takes, and suddenly we are actually running a little low on time here. We had to waste a couple seconds of green too, because that was our excuse for walking by the ambassador.
Absolutely. Just over a minute to play as the flirt gets finished up, but we still need 2 mission completions, and the contact is already done and dusted.
Opie would really like to avoid statue to statue here, but they're going to have to make a choice.
And it looks like statue is going to be that choice. Steps into the side, statue first, picks up a highlight and one singular inspect. Goes statue to statue after the one cycle.
To get
Picks
the
up
print.
a fingerprint with the next.
This is basically what Banana did on Ballroom. They picked up a fingerprintable statue, then went again right afterwards. This one happens in pretty much the same order for Opie. They're going to have to go to statues again, though.
It's 15 seconds remaining. Stepping back into statues here. There is a fingerprint here, but it's not going to be in time, the inspect. Laser is directly on top of her. It's going to be a good 4 seconds of overtime. And does get the shot off. Bananaconda keeps things within 1.
Notice the fingerprint, 2 late statue visits, that's all it takes. I'm impressed that Banana held the shot, but I think the party helped them out a fair bit. That was not a particularly active party, weren't a lot of statue visitors, and again, that's a big deal to this type of sniper.
Absolutely. And now Banana, if she can win this game on the spy side, she'll wind up in the driver's seat. Misses a pad to open the game, but with such a mess of time of chaos, stuff like that's probably not going to get noticed, especially since it was half covered by a shark.
This game could be the match, because if Banana wins this spy game, it is 6-6, and then we go on to Courtyard and Moderne, where you could easily split snipers all the way down, and a tie is a win for Banana. This could be the match right here, and it's on Aquarium. This is a venue where a spy can get a win by.
We got a banana split, and now in conversation with the seduction target. Lots of lowlights, though. Lots of lowlights. Oh, the reverse drive-by bug comes off. So does the highlight for the potential, though. I think he might have caught a glimpse of the lean, and now Opie is in a very good position here.
Potentially. It depends on how suspicious they are of that. The highlight came out so quick. They really recovered quickly after getting those lowlights to notice whether or not the ambassador was buggable. I'm very impressed. I thought they were going to miss it in the wake of that BB.
Bananaconda very much knows that she is highlight at this point. That laser flick over was very obvious. Second flirt comes off, this one green for 85%, and Bananaconda's gonna do whatever she can to avoid suspicion, never mind with statues.
I don't know if you can finish inspects and survive here, if you're a big suspect for this. It's
agree.
gonna be a swap!
It's a swap! It's a green swap! She's gonna green swap and then go finish the flirt and hope that Opie doesn't catch it in time! This is brilliant!
But it's not gonna line up, necessarily, with the shark. The shark, I think, is going to come back away all over the top again. It's going to be a while before they're blocking it. You're going to need this to hang on for a long time.
It's a very...
Banana bread.
It's not a position you expect to see. The fake contact.
It's going to knock out the swapper. There's the swap.
Staring right at her. Doesn't even have to see the swap. Just takes the shot, and Opie is up by 2.
I'm really impressed by the patience there. I understand the BB, but... if you time that just a little better, the shark is coming back across the middle, blocking the character. I don't know if it matters or not, but it maximizes your chances there. That was the one Banana I think probably needed.
Now, Bananaconda has to win 3 of the next 4 games to retain her spot in Platinum. OpiWrites in position to make this happen, starting out on Courtyard.
Opie just needs sniper wins on Courtyard and Moderne to make it to Platinum. That's all that stands in their way, and that's if they don't do anything as spy.
34% on the first flirt. And a pretty good path to the other side as well. Now in conversation with the section target again. Oh, a very bold little move. Goes for what's basically a walking flirt. Doesn't get caught for it.
No, you're not getting caught for that. It's not the kind of thing Banana's even looking for. There's just so little risk. Go ahead and spam that and use it to your advantage to get the seduce done early.
And that's exactly what's happening as we are once again back in conversation with the section target. There's the flirt done 40 seconds into the game.
So what's the value of that, though, if you don't press it somehow, if you don't rush, potentially, and make them wait a few extra seconds while the mission win countdown's going up with a couple minutes left anyway? That's the question.
Went for seduction target, went for the double agent, but didn't see that she was at windows instead of in conversation. Now she's in conversation, and we chase. OpiWrites is definitely trying to make this speedy. Contact comes off. Gets highlight for it.
For talking during BB. Oh, but bump back down. That's interesting. I don't mind the move either way, by the way. I think that's a perfectly reasonable thing to do.
Immediately goes to statues, gets shot for it. Bananaconda really didn't like something or other, gets herself back within one.
That's really interesting. I think maybe caught some of those early pathing shenanigans. I thought most of them weren't even off screen. It might have been too aggressive, frankly. Maybe even Phantom to Bug, but I don't see them even near the ambassador. I'm at a loss for this one.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but whatever it was, it worked out. And now Bananaconda, if she can find a spy win here, that's going to put a lot of pressure on OpiWrites.
It's so weird.
A lot of pressure on herself.
It's a weird situation because simultaneously, Bananaconda is in really, really, really bad shape because they need a spy win on Courtyard or Moderne. But the second they get it, because they win the tiebreaker, it flips. And suddenly Opie is in really bad shape. It all hinges on these two spy games. Huge underdog without them, huge favorite if they win one of them.
Starting things out nice and slow. 34% on the flirt, playing cautious, nothing crazy. Bananaconda is playing this one by the book so far. Stepping into statues fairly early, though.
Not for early for Banana. The only thing that's interesting is that it's not a 2-statue visit kind of venue, but this is just standard. Yeah, the seduction target isn't really in a very good flirtable position. You could see flanked on either side. You don't want to cram it next to the ambi either. So, just like on the other venues, go ahead and get those inspects instead.
Inspects are done at this point. That's one mission complete already, but not a great position for the flirt. Although we are also in conversation with the double agent. Picks up the first flirt, the flirt first on a white test, up to 51% after the second. Contact comes off as well.
One low light.
One low light.
That could hurt. If these highlights are busy late, Opie is going to have so much to look at. Banana's actually in a pretty decent position. It's a red.
That's problems.
This could be platinum. Look at that laser.
The seduction target hits the green for the 3 flirt.
That laser is just, that's that telltale inching where the laser is still and then inches towards the spy just a little bit. Such a big deal. So often that's a giveaway.
Fingerprint from briefcase. If she can find, goes for the bug.
Goes for the bug. Opie sees it.
It was caught. Opie is able to figure out what the game plan was there. Takes the shot. It's 8-6. Bananaconda needs 2 in a row to maintain her spot, and Opie is staring down the barrel of Platinum League.
Not a bad bug. The snapback, the only thing visible, if you're not watching for it specifically, you only have a quarter second to catch it, but that's all Opie needed. These are good bugs by Banana, getting caught by Opie. That's been the story so far.
I think that suspicion he already had on Banana was why he was able to catch that bug. Opie on Modern now, immediately pulling out a green book.
I think Opie's going to play a little bold here because they know they have a sniper game for Platinum after this. And they have played 8 Modern games of Sniper this season, and they have not lost one of them.
It's Not looking good for Bananaconda as Obi picks up 51% on the first flirt. It is very doable. It's just 2 games.
2 games, but one of them is Spy against a sniper who has not lost one of those Sniper Modern games yet. It's a tall order. But if I were Opie, because you have that as a backup, I would lean into like a 50-50 play, a Purloin kind of situation where you delegate or be delegated to. Try to win a coin flip to avoid having to snipe for it, and if it doesn't work, well, you haven't been beaten there yet.
Really holding on to this book looks like he's trying to get a timer flirt out of this. There's the cooldown, there's the flirt, there's the white test, up to 85%.
We're hanging on to this green so long, we're either going to try to get a low light by putting it back, or we're going to dump it in the wrong bookshelf, which means, again, we are reverting to old tendencies in lieu of the game plan.
Oh, pulled it out so fast, I think he's just going to blue. He is indeed going to blue. Bananaconda's not reacting. I think this is clean.
Even if it is, you need 5 missions, but Bananaconda has shown good awareness of mission counts too. Look at that laser hovering over Opie.
Oh, she doesn't know. Now she does. And Bananaconda has it down to 1 game. It's 7-8. But Bananaconda wins on ties. This is it. This is the one. Who makes it to Platinum League next season all comes down to 4.5 minutes of Modern.
If Opie wins, they become the first person to ever win a Platinum promotion match. If Banana wins, they stay in Platinum. Keep that perfect Platinum promotion match record. But they have to do it against a sniper who is 8 for 8 on Modern this season.
Bananaconda starting things off slow, innocent conversation.
How many big games, big matches, are going to come down to Modern? It happens over and over the last 2 seasons.
Very slow start from Banana. Oh, that's a red test!
Another red!
Oh no!
Will Opie see it though?
That's the second one. There's
Nope.
the cough.
It's just gonna be low light.
It wasn't very visible. The low light's coming off as if it was a normal banana bread, which effectively it was at this point. This is okay, but that is a lot of low lights.
Opie did the smart thing. I didn't see the cough. Take the lowlights. I'm almost positive couldn't have done it. Sorry's head, by the way, blocking the hand. But the problem is, this party is narrowed down. 8 people left on Modern. We barely have any progress. And Banana cannot afford to be shy after that.
That is 2 red test contacts in this set. This could be looking very, very different if we didn't get those. The bug comes off. It's a highlight for the path, but no vision on the arm.
No, this is going to be it. Banana cannot finish missions and win now. It just cannot happen. It's a Civ shot or it's Opie and Platinum. Banana needs to feel this game out right now, understand what's happened, and realize they can't finish. Even though they love to finish, even though they haven't timed out the last 2 seasons as Spy, they're gonna need to risk it this time. They're gonna need to try to find a way to frame someone with this Purloin or a swap or something. They're not gonna be able to finish, even though that's what they always do. They have to suppress the way they play Spy right now. They have to feel this game out and realize that it's impossible.
And it doesn't look like it's happening. A lot of movement from Bananaconda, not trying to frame anyone, getting the flirt done on a 2 flirt, which is pretty nice, but it's not going to help you in this situation. This is very bad news for Bananaconda.
Watch out for Red Dress. It's a favored pick for Banana when they want to do walking bugs, and Opie was zoomed in as Red Dress passed by the Amba. One possible frame target if Banana is mindful enough about it.
In the blue bookcase, I really think Banana needs to slow down, but she's not.
Again,
Gets a fingerprint. Actually went for a difficult here. Didn't hit it.
has not timed out in 2 seasons. They need to suppress so much habit, so much muscle memory, so much spy instinct.
Right into statues. I really don't think there's any way Opie is going to let this fly. Pair of inspects.
But you know they're not done. The mission count has been so solid. So many games we've thought, did they see it? Did they see it? And the shot comes off because they had a good mission count. That's the discipline that has propelled Opie in the second half of this season into the position they're in. And it could be the discipline that wins them this game in just a minute.
Minute and 10 seconds to play. Bananaconda takes the delegate, has to give it to Orange Dress.
Maybe red dress. I think either one is viable. I think red dress is their best option because of the character tendencies. We're gonna immediately go to statues.
That's gonna be it. This is a shot, and this is OpiWrites moving on up to Platinum League.
I don't know if that game was salvageable after the BB. I really don't. But going right to statues for that, getting the fingerprint off the drink and going right to statues, just too easy. You're being watched too much. What a match. Tremendous, huge lead for Opie. Banana pulls it back and almost had it a couple times, but 2 red BBs just made it a little too easy for Opie.